All right, our speaker, I could just end with needs no further introduction, but I'm going to introduce him further anyway, because all of you who have been here for a while know him well, because he has been the rock of the church for many years and was the former spiritual leader, and still does so many things these days, but more behind the scenes. But every once in a while, he likes to appear. And this is one of those days. And so he has an important message for us, and as we'll hear later, a workshop this afternoon. So here is our very own Chris Garey.
Thank you. Turn it down a little bit. It's nice to see his sea of shiny faces, bright, shiny faces. So, as Brian mentioned, the title of the talk is enthusiasm. And let me start over again. The theme for this month is zeal. So I'm going to use a little bit different word, enthusiasm, and or energy or aliveness. So that ties in with the first quote I'd like to give you. Is one of my favorites from Howard Thurman. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what brings you alive and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And Brian gave me a quote from Dr. Seuss that I added the word passion in there. Don't chase your purpose and passions, remember them. So that's what this is all about, remembering our purpose and passions. So the goal is to use our inner guidance to remember what makes you feel alive and joyful. And then we can clarify what brings you alive. I'm going down. Right now, because that changes throughout your life. And there's a little process we can go through. The first thing is that we have to maintain a positive mindset that we deserve that joy, that we deserve to feel alive, and we have something to contribute. And then the second is to clarify that portfolio of things that bring us alive and joyful. And then we can take steps to nurture those things and do them. And then we always have to go back and evaluate, because as we change, our interests change, so we have to continually evaluate. So I have an Abraham quote. When you wake up in the morning, the cells of your body have pushed the reset button. And if you don't reintroduce negative beliefs as soon as you wake up, then you too will have a fresh start. So this is all about releasing those negative thoughts that we have about our abilities and opportunities, and understand that we have these opportunities that we can better ourselves and better the world. So that comes to our life purpose, which Richard's inspirational readings tied right in perfectly. That I believe that our overall purpose is to extend God's love into the world, each of us in our own unique way. And we can do that, and since joy and aliveness is part of love, we can, when we feel joyful and alive, that's God working through us. And as I say, each of us do it on have a unique way that we do it. So that's what we want to explore, so you can understand and remember your unique way. And the more ways we can find to experience passion in what we're offering the world, it makes it easier to have a happy, prosperous life. So this is all about empowerment at any age. So we can ask ourselves, Am I willing to let go of the size of the life I've known to have a more energized life? And I know when I first had asked that question, I asked myself that question. I said, no, I'm good where I am. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. But remember that society has given us tapes about old age, and that the seniors are powerless, unproductive, little to contribute. Those are the things we have to let go. And again, from Abraham, not only does the thought you are choosing right now attract the next thought and the next, and so on, it also provides the basis for your alignment with your inner being. As you consistently and deliberately think and speak more of what you do want and less of what you don't want, you will find yourself more in an alignment with the pure, positive essence of your own source. And under these conditions, your life will be extremely pleasing to you. So we want to take our foot off of the brake of life. And what's that brake? It's our thoughts. That we've been told that, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Or act your age. Those we have to let go. And we can give ourselves permission to do what interests us, no matter what it is. So some of the thoughts that we can replace with these new positive thoughts: I can continue to learn at any age. Moving from the idea that I'm a victim of aging to, yes, when we age, there's changes, but we can make adjustments. Knowing I have control and can make choices and adjustments. And understanding that we all have value in our wisdom and experience that we can pass on to others and help others. So healthy longevity can become our job. Somebody asks me what I do. I work at healthy longevity, and pursuing my passions and my goals is part of that healthy longevity. So Susan B. Anthony quote, "The older I get, the greater power I seem to have to help the world." So we're talking about passion. What is passion? It's that feeling of aliveness. And the official definition for our purposes here is passion is the emotional experience of attraction, enjoyment, motivation, and perseverance. So it's a feeling. My eyes are getting weird. Speaking of old age. So it's the way you feel when you're pursuing an interest or doing a work. And because it's a feeling, we can watch for that and be aware of it when we're talking to people or doing certain work or doing something. You have a little glimmer of interest or enjoyment or motivation or perseverance. So there's some clues that we can look for. For example, if you've got 10 things on your to-do list for a day, what things on that list do you gravitate towards, or what do you even look forward to doing? Those are clues on what you like to do. And what are your hobbies? Do you enjoy exercising a particular skill or talent? Or dedicating your time to a cause or a movement? Working towards a specific goal? Those are all, if you're aware of your feelings when those things happen, those are all clues as to what your passions are. So again, passion isn't an object, it's an orientation. And it's not one big thing. Oh, I'm going to do this, and that's my passion. I like this idea of a portfolio of passions, of different areas of your life. and it can change. So that's why I want to keep going back and looking at it. And then also our aliveness and feelings wrap around our way of extending love and using the book from Gary Chapman, 5 Languages of Love. Obviously, he talks about 5 different ways. And so one of them is quality time, spending quality time with a person or a group. Like this is quality time for us now. We're in a group. We're listening to each other. We're talking to each other. We're hearing each other. So chaplains and caregivers, they do that a lot. And acts of service, helping others, lightening the load of others, helping, volunteering, giving gifts. That can be time, treasure, or talents. Treasures being money. We can donate money. That's a form of extending our love. For example, here at church, we raise money to buy sweatshirts and sweatpants for the homeless at the 5 Cities Homeless Coalition. So that's a way that this group extends love. And of course, there's the physical touch. Handshakes, hugs, those kind of things. So it's important for all of us to take a look at our particular form of extending love. For me, it's acts of service and giving. But you can each take a look at what that's for you, looks like for you. So we can do more to clarify our passions and purposes. And this is building a skill set of being aware of our feelings when we're doing things. So it's developing this awareness of this feelings of energy when we get energy. And then you explore and nurture those inklings and develop them. For example, and then that's how we expand our lives. For example, if just for an interest, line dancing. If you're interested in line dancing, then you're going to find a group and go do line dancing and develop a whole new set of friends. And you've just expanded your life. And as Maya Angelou says, when you know better, then you do better. So we focus on how I can help myself and others, knowing that we have value in our wisdom and we have the freedom to take a new path. And we can develop or rediscover this portfolio of passions and goals. And then we can go do it to be of service to ourselves and the world. So the goal, again, is to make a career of living a happy life. And you can work at it. And this is part of the work, is to understand what your interests are and then go out and expand your circle of friends and do it. So some more ideas on how to find those glimmers of interest that we'll be working on during the workshop. We can ponder, what are the things that you enjoy doing without compensation? Or what are you good at? What are you doing when time flies by? You just lose track of time. What are you interested when you were young? A great example of that, a friend of mine said that when he was a youth, he was fascinated by the Disney animated movie about Johnny Appleseed going around the country planting apple trees. So guess what? Now, as an adult, he's joined a nonprofit organization that plants trees. And then so you can think about what sparks your interest. You hear something on television, and your ears perk up. Ooh, that's interesting. Or what feels right and important. So there's some of the things that we'll explore more in the workshop. And so we can understand what our clues are for interest. We understand our form of extending love. And then we can go a little deeper. What do we want to learn? What do we want to do? What do we want to teach? Or what do we want to help others do? And so in the workshop, there's going to be a long list of different areas like music and travel and performing arts and visual arts, and hope, so that you can sort of jog your memories. Like for me, visual arts, I like to do computer graphics, layouts of flyers and newsletters and that kind of thing. So I know that's of interest to me. And then we'll go into global interests. For example, maybe you're interested in helping reduce poverty, or develop quality education, or gender equality, some of the bigger picture things you might be interested in. So it's all about what sparks your energy. Be aware of that, nourish it, don't let that spark go out. And as Mother Teresa says, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. So, I like the quote, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a single step. So we can again ask ourselves, am I willing to let go of the size of the life I have known for a fuller life? And if the answer is maybe, then that's the first step. That is the first step. And then we'll talk in the workshop more about the next steps. So to sort of summarize, the goal is to help you remember that you have the wisdom, the skills, and the life experiences, interests that are of value now and in the future. And we can come alive again by clarifying and doing what interests you now. And life is not a single straight line, but a refreshed perspective can be beneficial. So it's developing this mindset, positive mindset, being aware of the clues of your glimmers of interest, nurturing those glimmers of interest, and developing this portfolio of passions in your life. And there's a note here I can't read. Oh, yeah, there we go. And then when we do that, when we're sharing our glimmers of interest with the world, we are shining our radiance out into the world. So I'd like to close with a meditation about radiance. It's actually a daily word earlier this month. So I invite you to relax your mind and your body and close your eyes if you'd like. And take these words on as your own. The love of God grows as I share my radiance with the world. It is such a gift to witness how beautiful a person is when they are doing what they love, to watch the light of understanding dawn when someone grasps a new and exciting concept, to bask in the glow of the love in action. Every bit of wonder and joy that happens adds splendor and brilliance to the world, bathing it in divine light, the love that grows as it glows. As each person lives into the fullness of their divine identity, they better express the light of God as only they can. That radiant light brightens the world and blesses everyone. As I claim the fullness of my divine identity, I too will glow with the radiant light of God. I will spread that light, sharing my divine illumination by learning and growing, doing what I love, and sharing that love generously. So as we bring our attention back to the room, I always like to close with an affirmation. Today's affirmation is, I am sharing my light and energy. Let's say that together. I am sharing my light and energy. One more time with feeling. I am sharing my light and energy. Can I hear an amen? Amen. All right, thank you.